Ground Zero is the name given to the 16 acres where the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center once stood, a place where America was attacked and American citizens were murdered by a group of Islamic terrorists on September 11, 2001. In May of 2006, I made my first journey to Ground Zero. As I climbed the stairs from the subway at Church Street, I was greeted with the sights and sounds of Ground Zero's. Beep, beep, beep assaulted your ears as all of the construction vehicles moved around on the streets and in the pit of the former Twin Towers. Members of the New York Police Department SWAT teams stood guard, with M16s across their chests and police dogs at their sides. As I made my way along the path, I was able to see into the pit, a huge hole in the ground. All that was left after the wreckage of the Twin Towers had been cleared away. Parts of the foundation of the South Tower were still standing, attached to the bedrock from which the South Tower had risen. Men and machines attacked the bedrock, forming the rock for the new foundations of the new towers. My journey continued along the World Trade Center path. The evidence of the devastation and destruction was everywhere. The glass sides of many of the buildings that faced the former Twin Towers had all been destroyed. Windows now boarded over, huge nets covered the sides of the buildings to contain any debris that might fall to the ground. Upon returning to Church Street, I entered the grounds of St. Paul's Church. St. Paul's Church sits on the northeast corner of Ground Zero. It is surrounded by a grove of trees that provides a quiet, restful place. These trees of St. Paul's, that dampen the noise from the construction site across the street, also protected the church on 9/11. I stood in the courtyard, amazed at the stories that were told of how the trees took most of the force of the collapsing towers and protected the graveyard and the church, which had served this community since its beginnings in 1766. St. Paul's also served those who survived and those who came to search for survivors. It became a haven from the horror and the devastation across the street, a place of peace and comfort, a place of refuge for those who gave so many hours digging through the rubble of the Twin Towers. On September 10, 2011, one day before the 10th anniversary of 9/11, I again returned to Ground Zero. Ascending from the subway at Church Street, the sights and sounds were different this time. As I looked toward the construction area, the new Freedom Tower was rising and was over 40 stories high and climbing. Next to it, the second and third towers were also rising. Bright panels of reflective glass covered their skeletons of American steel and concrete. The fence surrounding St. Paul's was covered in white ribbons with the prayers of thousands of people. Thousands of visitors, with looks of awe and reverence upon their faces, walked around St. Paul's and the New World Trade Center. What once was a scene of death and destruction had become a place of faith, remembrance, and strength. I could feel the dedication of those who were working at this site to build a new monument to the American spirit. It felt to me that I was walking on sacred ground. As I contemplated and remembered the events of 9/11, I was overcome with a sense of pride in America. America, who had withstood an attack against her and showed her strength and resilience. America, with her head up high, proclaiming to the entire world that she is still strong and proud. I was very proud to be an American. I look forward to my next trip to Ground Zero, to see the buildings finished and the new monuments that will help you and I remember those who lost their lives on September 11, 2001.